I'm going to show how to replace a garbage disposal. This is my kitchen sink. When running the faucet, I noticed water leaking from the bottom of my old garbage disposal. This is not something that can be repaired. The whole unit must be replaced. This disposal lasted almost 10 years, so I decided to buy the same one. This is the half-horsepower Badger 5XL Insinkerator Standard Series. The box contains the following contents: registration card and installation instructions, a quick lock mounting flange with a stopper, the new garbage disposal, and a bag of hardware. The bag of hardware contains the following: a wrenchette, discharge tube, gasket, flange, and 2 bolts. A quick note about the mounting flange. Since this is a garbage disposal replacement and not a new initial install, I will not be installing this flange since I already have one in place. If it's a first install, there are instructions that have easy to follow explanations and diagrams. Also note, this disposal does not come with a power cord. A new power cord can be purchased. However, I will be installing the cord from my old disposal, which I'll show you later. And if connecting a dishwasher, there is a factory drain plug that must be removed. I like to get this out of the way immediately. Lay the garbage disposal in this position. Insert a large screwdriver, or in this case, a nut driver, into the dishwasher inlet. Punch the plug out using a hammer. Be sure to remove the loose plug that's within. Begin by removing the old garbage disposal. First, clear out the contents underneath the sink. Then lay down a towel and container in order to catch any residual water. Unplug the garbage disposal's power cord from the outlet. Then, locate the dishwasher inlet hose and its clamp. Disconnect the hose by expanding the hose clamp with a pair of channel lock pliers in this manner. Next, remove the drain trap by unthreading the coupling nuts as seen here. Once loose, you can simply pull the trap off using your hands. Then remove the washer and coupling nut from the discharge tube. Set these aside for later installment on the new garbage disposal. The old garbage disposal is now free of connections and can be detached from the mounting flange. To do this, create counter torque on the mounting flange using the handles of the pliers. Then, insert the wrenchette into the mounting lug in this manner. Using the wrenchette as leverage, turn to loosen the connection while keeping counter torque on the mounting flange so the flange doesn't move. Then, completely remove by turning with your hands. Pay special attention to the anatomy of this connection and its orientation to one another. This will be important to remember when attaching the new garbage disposal. Next, remove the power cord so it can be reused. Begin by releasing the cable clamp using a screwdriver. Then remove the electrical cover plate from the wire access window in this manner. Withdraw the inner wires at their connections. Note their proper connections. The white wire is connected to the gray wire that's marked with lines on the insulation. The black wire is connected to the gray wire with smooth insulation. Unthread the wire nuts in order to disconnect these wires. Then use a screwdriver to loosen the green ground screw. Once loose, disconnect the green ground wire. The power cord can now be removed. Next, you will need to remove the cable clamp connector. To do this, simply unthread counterclockwise from its position. Now, install these parts on the new garbage disposal. Begin by removing the electrical cover plate. Withdraw the black and white wire from within. Install the cable clamp connector by threading it clockwise into place. Next, send the cord wires in through the clamp connector and out the access window. Now, select the green ground wire. Twist the ends together and fashion a hook in this manner. Hook this onto the green ground wire screw and hold into place. Secure using a screwdriver. Then connect the black wire to the gray wire that has the smooth insulation. Twist the ends together and secure with a wire nut. Repeat this with the white wire and the gray wire that has the marked lines on its insulation. Then tuck the wires back into the cavity and return the cover plate. And finally, secure the clamp back into place in the reverse order that it came off. Now set the disposal on its base and locate the discharge outlet. Take the new gasket and install it into the discharge outlet as seen here. Next, take the new discharge tube and compare it to the old tube. The new one is the exact same length as the old one and will not need to be cut. However, if the old tube is shorter, cut to size using a hacksaw. Next, slide the new flange over the discharge tube in this manner. Install onto the discharge outlet using the two bolts. Secure with your fingers, keeping the connection loose so that the tube can still be easily manipulated during installation. The garbage disposal can now be installed onto the existing mounting flange under the sink. This task can be frustrating if the union isn't lined up correctly. Here's a good visual explanation of how this union goes together using the new flange for demonstration. Note the 3 tabs on top of the mounting ring. These tabs need to be positioned at the bottom of the slide-up ramps that are found on the mounting flange. Once all 3 are aligned, turn the mounting ring until all 3 mounting tabs latch over the ridge on the slide-up ramps. This task is similar to tightening a jar to a jar lid. Here's how to install to the mounting flange under the sink. Lift the garbage disposal up, aligning the 3 tabs as previously demonstrated. Then, turn the mounting ring so that the tabs slide up the ramps. Hand tighten until snug while positioning the unit in its proper orientation to its connections. Finish tightening using pliers in this manner. This creates counter torque so the mounting flange doesn't turn from its seated position. The drain trap can now be reinstalled. Select the previously removed coupling nut and slide it up the discharge pipe as seen here. Then return the washer, making sure its taper is facing down. The drain trap can now be reinstalled in the reverse order that it came off. Hand tighten the coupling nuts with enough torque to seat the washer within. Next, finish tightening the bolts on the discharge tube using a socket. Then give a final check of all the connections. Slightly snug up the connections with some channel lock pliers. Do not over tighten. You do not want to damage the threads. Now return the dishwasher inlet hose and secure using the hose clamp. Next, plug the power cord back into the outlet. And finally, turn the water on and check for leaks. The garbage disposal is now ready to use.